as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Go 80. Let go. Check. Let go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he's loose up the left sideline. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Bayshore with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lumberjacks add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
In motion, the tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Well, quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. That is incomplete. The Bucs trying on 4th down to come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Mustang 19. Go.
Willis looking to throw it. There's a short one caught by Loveland. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
18 Cardinal.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown! Matthew Golden. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lumberjacks have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass caught. That's Golden.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Ready? Cowboy 80. 70, Timberwolf.
Tight into the court, tight into the court.
Ready?
Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Willis looking to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, check that. Check that. Down. Cougar 19. Bronco 80.
Alert 3.
Go.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Malik Willis, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lumberjacks continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Buccaneers 30. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Ready? Viking
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
19 target, 18 pioneer. Ready? Let go. Ready.
Willis. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead, just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Willis now off play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Aubrey now for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
69, Buccaneers 37.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 153 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Get it.
Perry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. this run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Come on, set, go!
They keep it on the ground again. It's Perry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here we go, set! 70 Lions! Check go!
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. He'll try and do this himself to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Johnson's got it complete. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Lumberjacks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. No gain on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
70.
They run with Perry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Buccaneers' 36-yard line.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after